second.
Think you did it.
I'm sorry, Mike. I was sitting here asleep.
First, item here on the agenda tonight's the, 2025 municipal election, which tomorrow, June 10th, is the official date that we give notice of the election. It's the first day that the candidates can begin qualifying. They fill out a form with Tanya, and then they have to fill out a statement of economic interest, and they have to go online and about their campaign contributions, or if they're gonna have any. So, but tomorrow Tanya will post something in the window there, a couple more places in town, but it's just to give notification that it's the official day is open for qualifying for, and the election is August the 26th. And you have, the last day to qualify is June 24th. And then it's August the 26th is the election day. The Trail of Tears, last time we, gave, Stanfield took with him the, contract we usually have with the Trail of Tears Committee, and it's basically the same as last year. He read it and said it's fine, and we'll get it signed and sent off to them. And then Tanya and I met with Greg Harrison a couple weeks ago we did like we did last year. We tried to get started early on the music, because you know how that goes. If we wait late, there's nobody available. So Austin Bohannon, that was the headliner last year, he's agreed to come back this year, and we basically got the same deal for as we did last year. Stage and all provided for $5,800. And that stayed in the area that we like to stay. That's for 3 bands and a stage and the sound and the lights and everything. And if y'all good with that, then that works good for us for that, you know. Then Tanya's already had people calling and booking reservations for that, and they, you know, Greg verbally agreed that, and when we get the agreement signed and everything, we can go in to make motions to approve all that stuff at that time. But he said that's what it should be around that neighborhood right there. But it's going good so far for the Trails here. Like I said, Tanya's had people communicating with her, and it'll be here before you know it. All right, 4th of July this time is on Friday, and we'll just see if we want to help the fire department. Again, we generally help them with fireworks, and being it's on a Friday night, we might have a crowd, and then see if y'all still wants to Tanya to reach out to a few vendors to Miami Ice. Who's the one that saw us? Kona Ice. I know the kids like for them to be down here anyway, and she's been getting about 3. And I think last year, if I remember right, I think we gave $1,000 to the fire department for toward fireworks.
We need to make a motion for that.
Yeah, we'd have to have a motion for that.
Motion.
I'll second it.
It's a roll call on that, please.
Mayor Alan Cadell,
Yes.
Chris Strickland,
Yes.
Ricky Haggard,
Yes.
Ricardo Carter,
Yes.
Monica Whitaker,
Yes.
Joel Pendergraft,
Yeah.
Okay, comments from the mayor, I'm sure most of y'all know that Lance, Adams and his house burned, and so, they, I think, made quite a few strides, you know, their insurance company's been in stuff, and they made a lot of strides to getting it cleaned up and stuff, I think they're just trying to determine now what they're gonna do going back, you know, so. He's talked about several options, but, you know, when I woke up that night, I went out there, it was scary, you know, they were fortunate they got out, so. Fortunately, they did. We planted some shrubs at the sign down here and weeded that bed and the one that planted some new small stuff at the community center and got those beds weeded and everything, and we'll try to get them remulched, which ever dry up long enough to do anything. I ain't never seen like a rain in the spring, you know, it's unbelievable.
I got a question about that. What about that tree that's half dead or whatever?
At the boat dock,
Oh, it was community center.
oh, I'm gonna cut it down.
I didn't know we talked about it a while back.
Yeah.
and it just kinda went away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it, cause it's gonna bust that concrete back up, you know,
Yeah, it's
Root-
gonna- it's
roots-
gonna fall.
and, you know, since that last storm, that tree down in the corner of the boat dock over here,
I seen it the other day.
Sweet.
top of it felt busted out, you know, so try to get the county to help us with that one. There's not a whole lot of that tree left, it's just,
That other limb's gonna come off.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, yeah, we don't want it to fall on somebody.
Everybody parks under it for the shade, but it's gonna fall.
It's gonna fall on somebody, so
Yeah.
we'll get it down one way or the other. And then, we started last week, electricity department did, on the rock wall, we closed it a couple days from 8 to 2 and cut a bunch of trees that was laying out on the road. We still got some cut, we're gonna try to get it finished up, this week. But any of those we can get down, just not only try to keep the power on, but just save you people driving, you know, we don't want one to fall on somebody, or nobody does, you know, so that's, and the county road departments worked good with us, we were cutting them, they hauled them off for us, so that's a win for both sides, you know.
I had a cousin that was going home during the storm 25 or 30 years ago probably, and wanted to play Shane, wanted to put him in his truck. He just had to lay down the seat, but took the windshield post, put it back on the headrest of the truck. And if he hadn't seen it that split second, he wouldn't have walked out of it.
Did one fall on Stevie?
Big old pine, we got one fell on Stevie York right there too.
And it ain't been too long ago, one of them hit the mail truck, remember that?
Yeah.
That mail truck, cause I went
I
down
saw a
there,
deal on TV just the other night where a lady in maybe high school or somewhere went on her car, she had her kids in the back, but it paralyzed her from jumping down. Guess we did over.
Mhm.
There's a hospital.
I mean, it can happen to anybody,
Oh,
anytime, you know, so,
That's just a really good spot for a T-Vapor right there though. Everything's against you when you drive around through there.
yeah, and
Know
those.
where to go.
Then know where to go.
Know where to go. when you're
Oh,
Well, it's rained so much, especially the pines, the root system thing, it's just washing out around, you know, so they're just laying out toward the road, so we're gonna try to get the rest of those cut down and hauled off. I still hadn't talked to anybody about cutting this, I mean, I don't think it's gonna fall anytime soon, but that big one up here behind the storm shelter, it's gonna have to be cut too eventually. It started splitting and, you know, forking in the middle, and it split down so far quick, but the rest of the tree's hollow, so it's gonna go.
Where's that water coming from up here on the hill?
I don't
I
know,
thought about calling the water department the other day.
I think they got a leak.
Yeah, right there, right in front of them.
I think it stays wet there all the time.
Yeah, they gotta
Right there,
have,
they figure you just about.
they just gotta have a leak up there, so. Try to call Robbie tomorrow, Crane, tell him, cause it's been wet there for 2 or 3 days.
Even when the road was dry, it'd be wet right there. I noticed,
Yeah.
I guess it may have been Saturday morning. I noticed.
Yeah, it's not little wet either, it's a
It's wet.
big area,
Yeah.
you know, So we'll call them. Anybody got anything?
Grounds look good.
Phillips is, he said he's having to cut when he can.
That's pretty hard to do.
It's
right
pretty
now.
rough
Yeah.
right now, especially when you've got that much to cut, it's tough,
As fast as growing.
yeah. I mean, it's growing, quick.
Mhm.
You can't hardly get through and start again. Anybody got anything?
The county commissioners a couple weeks ago had a work session and they talked about the Waterloo Bridge, a $9.2 million project. Have they said anything to y'all about that?
No, I think it's, supposed to be earmark money through, I think, Robert Adderhope's office, and the budget will have to be passed before we know if it's granted or not, so that's what the waiting period's for. I guess the other thing as far as of interest, like, for us as a community is, have y'all heard what PFAS is in the water from Decatur?
Mhm.
Right, so the EPA mandated that it has to be below, I think it's 7 parts per million. Below that, and Florence is gonna have to put a filtration system in it. So, it was supposed to be done by 29, but there's some indication may be pushed back to 31.
I guess if it's that critical, you're talking about what, 5 years? 6 years? What happens if you mean that?
It's Florence already
Died.
tested,
Yeah.
went to the limit.
It's above the limit.
Yes.
It
Pretty
did
good,
go-
pretty good bid, isn't it?
What is PFAS?
It's a permanent, chemical that does not go away.
What I'm asking, I guess, is what does people do, just die, the ones that are in that timeline between the 5-year period, because what's filtering it now? Nothing.
There's not anything, there's only a couple of systems that even filter it out. And, now Florence is involved with in the lawsuit, the multiple lawsuits, against 3M and stuff over there, 'cause they're the one that put it in there, so. Of course, Huntsville's on the other side of it, they don't have to worry about it, it's just everybody on this side of it. But ours is not, Florence's system is not, Florence got 2 places they get water, one's from Cypress Creek, one's from the river. Cypress Creek one's it's not tested for it, it's not in there, in the test, it's just the river. But it's gonna be big expense to put that system in.
Yeah, I know, what I'm saying is, you said 2031, this is
Yeah.
2025, this year is.
Yeah.
That's 6 years, or 5.5, we'll go that way. What happens in the meantime?
Well, here's the thing about it, it's been in there
Oh, I know.
for a long time, we didn't know it,
Yeah,
so,
we probably knew it, we just didn't say that we had to.
yeah, so,
We knew it's been bad for a long time, that's why you don't eat fish
yeah,
out of the river.
so,
That's since the 80s.
I think, the last report I saw,
Catfish, they bottom feeders.
That's what I'm talking about.
ours was in the, like, low
That's what we had
20s,
today.
part of the league,
I'm not burning catfish
like over
for
at
me.
toward Lawrence County where they had they was in the 600-700.
Do we ever get the water in the well tested?
No, I haven't got that done yet, but I'm gonna get that done. If it was really clean,
Yeah.
we might see if they want some of it.
Or bottle it, sell it to them or something?
Yeah.
What, the Florence, I
Yeah.
don't think it well supported.
Once, all good with us.
Yes, of course.
I couldn't get the shit right.
It'll support this town, but it.
Yeah. But that system's 135 million.
That's all. That's a couple months, and
That's what they're anticipating.
Yeah.
So,
If you line, you gonna cut out some of the waste.
but that's a lot of, but, you know, there's a couple kinds of filtration systems, and I don't know enough about these to speak to them, but either one's expensive, cause it's hard to get that stuff out.
If somebody was to put a filtration system in their house, that wouldn't affect it, it's just gotta come from the plant, or it's special.
No, it's
is it
a specialized
special
system to
just for
get
that?
out.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if boiling water would get it out.
I don't know that either. And I just, a little bit I've spoke of, is just what I've been up a few meetings and where it's been discussed, and, but, you know, it's,
What is the harm or side effect or whatever?
well, it's like a lot of things, it's, you know, birth defects, stuff like that, you know, so, you know, I don't know what parts per million you gotta be in for it to be extremely harmful. I don't know it, you know, any of that stuff. But,
It's probably a lot higher than what they say. They pay it everything,
yeah, so,
I'm not saying drinking that water helps hurt you, without we do.
it could,
Mine anyway, but.
I guarantee the first time you took a break, you would.
Yes.
that, our water hose is the only way we can get a drink was a kid.
That's right.
Everybody just turned the water hose on, you know.
I heard the same today or yesterday, one talking about that, talking about drinking out of a fire hose, it'd be like drinking out of a fire hose. Something, I don't remember what it was, it's one of those told you.
But you know, it's hard to find anywhere, soil wise, water wise, anything that doesn't have some kind of contamination. It's been some poisons used in just everything, you know. so.
Especially on the river, the old tanks are on the river, they dump everything.
Yeah, everything goes through there too, I mean, that's just like you talking about bottom feeder, that's just a filter system for all of it.
Yeah.
Everything gets washed through.
It's too bad we didn't miss you through.
Yeah.
It's rough looking. Anybody else got anything? Have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Who's second?
Okay.
Thank y'all very much. Appreciate y'all's attendance.